I'm going to make a couple of comments. One of the, I think it's been one of the most interesting parts of doing this mayor gig has been being on the board ready. You know, when I had my election party 2 years ago, once they announced that I'd won, somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, by the way, you're meeting with IBM tomorrow morning at 7:30 at Old Hawthorne. And so I got to be in the room there. I got to be in the room with the negotiations. I got to be in the room with when we made a pitch for Google. Got to be in the room when we made a pitch for a big data center operation. And we lost 2 of those deals. And we lost because our incentives weren't as much as other people. I agree with everybody in this room that I wish we didn't have to do tax incentives. You know, wouldn't that be great if that's the way we had to do it? That, you know, because whenever I pitch Columbia, I talk about the culture, the youth, the energy, the education, the parks and trails. I mean, it's a great place to live. But you know who I'm talking to when I'm, well, let me just go back and say there's 2 kinds of people that we're trying to get to locate here. There are those who grow up here. You know, take Veterans United. A couple of guys came out of the University of Missouri. They liked Columbia. They had a brilliant idea, and now they employ 900 people in Columbia. I wish it was all like that. It's an IT job, though. I mean, they're not hiring people with GEDs, and they're not hiring people with criminal records. I mean, there are people out there every town has its underbelly, and we're not serving that with the type of job that we're really proud of, university jobs, information technology jobs, Missouri Innovation Center jobs, you know, the jobs that revolve around the nuclear reactor, the radiopharmaceutical jobs, the nanotechnology industry that's developing here. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on, but they don't serve that population we're talking about. So there's one group of people we're trying to get to stay here, and these are the bright people who are going to stay in Columbia no matter what. And I think we've got to be careful about offering incentives to them that we don't need to. I think that's part of the challenge of this board. If there's some Columbia people who are going to start a brewery in Columbia, well, let's make sure we set this up where if they're going to start a brewery in Columbia and hire 20 people, let's figure out a way not to abate them. I mean, they're going to be in Columbia no matter what. But on the other hand, there are these companies who have boards in California, and they're not, you know, they send a consultant in here, and they're looking for a nice place to start up, a place to hire 10 people, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people, you know, production jobs that, you know, you just, people who don't have a college education can get, jobs that pay $35,000 a year, that have full benefits, jobs that give people a shot to get that pathway out of poverty, jobs to get people a shot to start a family, to raise a family. You know, unfortunately, some of those people, you know, they don't care when I talk about the trails. You know, it's a spreadsheet to them. Now you can say, well, we don't care about them. Yeah, well, that's fine, but they're not going to come here. They're going to go, you know, they may go to, paradoxically, you know where they may go? They may go to Centralia, and they're EEZ. And then what do we have? 30 Columbians driving to Centralia, putting their kids at the Columbia Public School System, and the company's paying Centralia's school tax. So that's the problem of this. That's why it's hard. It is hard to get these companies to come to Columbia. So, you know, you know, having been out at the food bank, having worked with Tim Rich, and you know, a lot of patients I had, you know, Medicaid, didn't have jobs, didn't have resources. You know, I mean, there's just a lot of that out there, and there are a lot of people who need help. And I think that's what this is. I think that's what this is all about. I understand the argument about let's not poison the schools. Let's not abate away all the taxes. Let's not give money to corporations, right? We understand that. You know, we're abating. We're not eliminating their tax burden. You know, this company of 20 employees that we're going to go after is going to pay, after the abatement, $100,000 a year to the Columbia Public School System. You know, it doesn't turn their finances around, but that's $100,000 that the CPS would not have previously. Now, if that company had chosen to come here without any abatement, they'd pay 150 grand. So, you know, they're going to pay 100 grand. Sometimes that's the price you have to pay to be in this game. So I think it's a decision the community has to make. And I can understand people who say, you know, let's not play that game. But I can also understand other people who say, you know, we've got to play that game. We've got to find economic opportunity for those people. The 48% of Columbians who don't have college degrees, you know, the ones who need a pathway out, they need jobs, these, you know, the talk at the silence, the violence march, you know, we need jobs, we need jobs. Well, we need that. We really need that. And I'm an advocate of that. I'm an advocate for going after these jobs. So I'm going to support forming this Enhanced Enterprise Zone Advisory Board tonight.